The sun rose slowly over the high desert of Santa Fe, casting long golden rays across the rugged landscape. The air was crisp, carrying the faint scent of sage and earth, as if the world itself was waking from a deep, peaceful sleep. Above, the sky was ablaze with vibrant orange and pink, clouds swirling in a painter's palette of color. Each morning in New Mexico felt like a new beginning, a quiet promise whispered by the desert wind. March 1st, 2026. The adobe estate of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa stood silent, nestled among the juniper and piñon, tucked away from the world's noise and chaos. Its thick walls had witnessed decades of quiet mornings and gentle routines. For years, Gene and Betsy had chosen seclusion over stardom, trading Hollywood's glare for the gentle rhythm of rural life. They found contentment in the simple things, shared laughter, quiet meals, and the comfort of each other's company. Mornings meant coffee on the sun-warmed patio, the aroma mingling with desert air. Afternoons were for painting landscapes or wandering beneath endless blue skies, their footsteps the only sound for miles. Neighbors rarely glimpsed them, but their presence was felt, a quiet legend in the community. Their privacy was respected, their lives woven into local lore as a story of peaceful retreat. Yet, beneath the calm surface, something unspoken lingered. A secret, carefully guarded, waited in the shadows. One that would soon shake the very foundation of their tranquil world. The estate was more than a home, it was a fortress of memories, filled with art, books, and hidden corners. But within its walls, something stranger than any movie plot was concealed. A mystery that defied explanation. On this particular morning, the usual signs of life were missing. The air felt different, charged with anticipation, as if the house itself sensed what was coming. No smoke curled from the chimney, no lights glowed behind the thick adobe walls. The house stood in shadow, untouched by the warmth of daily routine. The morning paper, usually collected before sunrise, lay untouched at the end of the long, winding driveway, a silent signal that something was amiss. The silence was heavy, almost oppressive. It pressed in from all sides, unsettling in its intensity, a quiet that felt like the calm before a gathering storm. Even the desert seemed to hold its breath, as if it too knew that a secret, long kept, was about to be revealed to the world. Just after 9, a wellness check was requested by a concerned friend. The sheriff's department arrived to find the gate unlocked, a first sign of trouble. The front door was ajar, the house eerily quiet. Inside, Gene and Betsy sat in their armchairs, facing the desert, appearing to sleep. But they were gone, passed away in perfect peace, no marks, no struggle. The sheriff and medical examiner were baffled. It was as if they had simply stopped. The case was an enigma, and the FBI was called in. By midday, federal agents swarmed the estate, the calm shattered. The property was cordoned off, a command center set up. Everything was in its place. Books, paintings, coffee cups. Yet the cause of death was a mystery. The scene was too perfect, too still. The world's attention turned to Santa Fe, but no one had answers. The mystery had only begun. Special Agent Mara Reyes arrived, her silhouette cutting through the fading desert light as she approached the imposing mansion. The air was thick with anticipation, the kind that clings to your skin and makes every step feel significant. Reyes was no stranger to the bizarre. Her career had been built on cases that defied explanation, and this one already felt different. A veteran of strange cases, Reyes had seen things that most agents only whispered about. Her reputation for solving the unsolvable had brought her here, to a place where reality seemed to blur at the edges. The desert air was tense, charged with a sense of foreboding. The estate itself seemed to hold its breath, as if waiting for something to happen. The estate buzzed with agents, each one moving with purpose, but also with caution. Reyes entered the grand living room, her eyes scanning every shadow, every glint of light on polished surfaces. She absorbed every detail, her mind already piecing together the story behind the silence. There was no sign of forced entry, no evidence of a struggle, and no clear cause of death. The books on the table, dense volumes on astrophysics and quantum mechanics, stood out as odd choices for a retired actor. The entire scene felt meticulously arranged, almost too perfect, as if someone had gone to great lengths to erase any trace of chaos. Reyes moved through the house with methodical precision, noting the immaculate order that seemed unnatural in a place touched by tragedy. But soon, oddities began to emerge. A strange symbol hidden behind a painting, its meaning unclear, but undeniably deliberate. A notepad, filled with cryptic numbers and codes, as if someone had been trying to communicate a message only a select few could understand. The house itself was a puzzle, every room holding secrets just out of reach. Reyes sensed that the deaths here were only the final chapter in a much larger, more complex story. She felt the real truth was hidden within these walls, waiting for someone determined enough to find it. The silence was almost oppressive, as if the house itself was holding its breath, waiting for her to listen. Every detail, every anomaly, hinted at something far bigger than a simple crime. The investigation was no longer about a single death. It was about a secret that could change everything. Reyes pressed on, following the trail of clues deeper into the mansion's mysteries. The further she looked, the stranger the story became. The house was beginning to reveal its true nature, and Reyes knew she was only at the beginning of a journey that would test everything she believed. Reyes entered Hackman's private library, lined with thousands of books. One section stood out, ancient volumes in unknown languages marked with alien symbols. She noticed a shelf out of place, dust disturbed. A book with a star-like symbol matched the one behind the painting. She pulled it. The bookshelf swung open, revealing a hidden passage. Cold, musty air flowed out, carrying a metallic scent. Reyes called for backup, and together they descended a stone staircase spiraling deep underground. The walls were impossibly smooth, ancient, and unnatural. The descent was long and silent, the air growing colder. This was no ordinary cellar. It was built for a purpose beyond imagination. Hackman's secret life was more complex than anyone guessed. The passage led them into darkness, toward the heart of the mystery. Every step felt heavier, as if the earth itself was guarding the secret. Reyes knew they were on the edge of a discovery that would change everything. The descent was just the beginning. The staircase opened into a vast, circular chamber, a perfect dome carved from the ancient bedrock, its ceiling arching high overhead. The air was thick and cool, carrying a faint mineral tang, and every footstep echoed in the immense silence. In the center, a black crystalline pillar rose from floor to ceiling, absorbing every stray beam of light. Its surface shimmered with an unnatural sheen, as if it were alive, pulsing faintly in the gloom. The walls were covered in intricate alien carvings, patterns that seemed to shift and writhe in the flashlight beams. Symbols twisted into forms no human hand could have made, telling a story lost to time. Reyes felt a low hum, a vibration in her bones, emanating from the pillar. It was as if the stone itself was alive, resonating with a frequency that bypassed the ears and spoke directly to the body. As she approached, she heard faint whispers in an unknown language, voices that seemed to echo from the stone itself, weaving through the chamber like a ghostly chorus. The sound was hypnotic, pulling at her mind, urging her closer. Each syllable seemed to unlock memories she never knew she had, filling her with a strange longing. She forced herself to step back, resisting its lure. The effort left her breathless, as if she'd just escaped a powerful current threatening to pull her under. Technicians set up sensors. The chamber emitted unknown radiation and contained trace elements not found on Earth. Instruments flickered and beeped, struggling to process the data, while the team exchanged uneasy glances. The pillar's material defied classification, denser than any known element, its atomic structure a mystery even to the most advanced scanners. This was not just a hidden room but a relic of something not of this world. Its presence hinted at a civilization far older and more advanced than humanity. The mystery of Hackman's death faded, replaced by a larger question, one that threatened to upend everything they thought they knew. What was this place, and why was it here? Who, or what, had built it, and for what purpose? The chamber felt sacred, ancient, and utterly alien. Every surface radiated a sense of purpose, as if the room itself was waiting for something, or someone. The team realized they had uncovered something humanity was never meant to find. The implications were staggering, hinting at secrets buried for millennia. The true story was only beginning to unfold, and none of them could guess where it would lead. Along the chamber's walls were alcoves, each holding an artifact. Reyes found a metallic sphere, shifting with iridescent colors, hovering above its pedestal. No wires, no power source, it defied gravity. Another alcove held black crystalline tools, ergonomic but not for human hands. Their purpose was a mystery, their design impossibly advanced. A third alcove contained translucent crystals etched with alien symbols. Reyes picked one up. It glowed blue, flickering with images of alien landscapes and star-filled skies. This was a library of knowledge from another world. Each artifact was a scientific revolution in itself. Hackman was not just a collector, he was a guardian. The origins of the artifacts were unknown, their purpose unclear. The discoveries raised more questions than answers. Why were they here? Why Hackman? The artifacts deepened the mystery, pulling Reyes further in. The chamber was a gateway to impossible truths. Adjacent to the chamber, Reyes found Hackman's private study, The room was filled with notebooks, star charts and diagrams. The charts mapped unknown galaxies and attempted to translate alien symbols. Hackman's notes connected symbols to astronomy, chemistry, and advanced mathematics. He was trying to learn their language to understand their science. Reyes found a journal spanning decades. Hackman wrote of his first encounter with the visitors and the burden of his secret. He described the artifacts as living entities, conscious and whispering knowledge at a price. His final entry: "They are coming back. The cycle is complete. Betsy and I are ready. It is a gift, not an end." The journal confirmed contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. Hackman's death was a choice, not a tragedy. The clues pointed to cosmic cycles and star alignments. The study was a bridge between worlds, human and alien. The answers were incomplete, but the implications were vast. The mystery pointed to the stars, and to a truth still waiting to be found. The FBI spent weeks cataloging every inch of the estate and the underground chamber. Artifacts and notebooks were classified at the highest level, removed to secret locations. The official story: Hackman and his wife died of natural causes. The world moved on. But for Reyes and a handful of others, the truth was a haunting secret. They had proof of intelligent life beyond Earth, technology far beyond human understanding. The chamber was sealed, erased from maps, the estate sold. Life returned to normal, but Reyes was changed forever. She looked at the night sky differently, haunted by whispers from the black pillar. The questions remained. Who were the visitors? Why Hackman? What did "the cycle is complete" mean? The artifacts defied explanation, their secrets locked away. The world was not ready for the truth. For Reyes, normal would never be the same. The universe was stranger than she had ever imagined. The truth was buried, but it would not stay hidden forever. As the sun sets over Santa Fe, Hackman's former estate sits quiet, its secrets buried. To most, it's just a house. But for those who know, it's a place of profound mystery. The story of the actor and his secret is over, but the larger story continues. Somewhere in the universe, the visitors remain. The mystery lives on in classified files and in the minds of those who saw the truth. Are there other guardians among us? Is reality more fragile than we think? The legacy is one of silence, a conspiracy to protect us from a truth we're not ready for. But secrets have a way of coming to light. The final scene unfolds under a sky full of stars, leaving us with more questions than answers. The mystery beneath Santa Fe endures, a silent testament to the unknown universe that surrounds us.